Final qualifier number 4 for the Murky Cup. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Krankle crew going up against the dudes. Best of 5 series. As I said before, we have 2 qualifiers each week. We have a Wednesday qualifier and a Saturday qualifier. This is the Saturday qualifier. The grand final is a best of 5. In the Wednesday qualifiers, we made the decision to reduce the reduce the grand final to a best of 3. It was running too late. People have to work the next day, and we have also teams and players from different time zones. For some of them, it was even later in the night already. But here, we got a best of 5. So I want to give a quick shout out to I Can't Wait, who's sponsoring this tournament. Again, it's always amazing to have private people that are Heroes of the Storm fans, that are esports fans, support the scene. That helps us get tournaments like this done, and it's really one of the few things that allows us to still host tournaments with the regularity that we do. So big shout out to him. Thanks to him, we have now the Murky Cup with a $2,000 prize pool, and the pool is split. We have $1,000 that go to the top teams in the tournament, and then we have $1,000 in the bounty pool. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last couple of weeks, you probably already know all about it, but in case that you don't, bounties, as you can see on your screen right now, are essentially handicaps that you can give your team by playing heroes that are less popular, or even talent combinations that are not really popular. And if you take a bounty and you complete it, you get a ticket for that $1,000 bounty pool. And at the end of the tournament, after we're done with all the qualifiers and the playoffs, we're looking at how many bounties were completed in total and how many bounties were completed by team, and then you get a share accordingly to the bounties that you were able to lock in. Now, this is called the Murky Cup. Murky is a triple bounty, as you can see here on the screen as well. So if you complete the Murky bounty, you win a game with Murky, you get 3 tickets for that pool. And specifically, the dudes have really worked hard to lock in bounties. They've essentially started to play bounties all through the qualifiers here. We've seen similar things with Exodia, who didn't make it into the grand final today. Actually, they didn't even make it into the semifinal. They were defeated by the Enjoyers, who then lost to the dudes. So, are we going to get more bounties here? I mean, at some point, obviously, you're completing the easier bounties. Not all of the bounties are supposed to be on the same level. But, yes. Essentially, I'm interested in seeing what exactly the dudes are doing. If they at some point, you know, just draw a line and say like, okay, now we're in the grand final, we at least want to win a map or 2 first. Or if on game 1, they're already coming in and doing their thing. So, Oriel, Maiev now for the Krankle crew. Still playing with 2 American players here, which is of course big. So we got 2 NA boys, we got Porky, we got Cure. And Oriel as an early pick. We're gonna get a Cho'Gall ban? Ah, they go for Kel'Thuzad. Yeah, of course they're still going to go for bounties. Brax's Holdout is our first map, and we still get bounties from the blue team. They're still trying here, which is a bit ballsy if you ask me. Kel'Thuzad, I mean, he can be played, but the problem with Kel'Thuzad still is he's very, very, very squishy. And playing him in game number 1 is just inviting heroes that have the mobility to take him down. He could go Genji, could go Tracer. So, yeah, there's plenty. And also, since they're starting with Oriel, I mean, let's see what the idea is behind that pick. So, now the first thing, the ban. And what are we gonna get for the ban? Is it really a Cho'Gall ban? Yes, they ban Cho'Gall. They see Oriel and they immediately decide, no Cho'Gall. So, that was a bit telegraphed. I mean, that ban was honestly baited, right? If you pick Oriel first, with a Cho'Gall bounty still being available for that specific team, you're kind of asking for it. So I'm not quite sure if the idea here at any point was really to go for Cho'Gall, or if they just wanted the ban to get the ban. Here comes our Uther main tank. So Uther doubling as a main tank together with Oriel. They got Vala and they got Maiev. So Vala, again, going for an auto attack style. That's at least what we can assume. Blue team, it's Protect Kel'Thuzad, what they essentially have to play. It's kind of interesting to me too that we're not getting any of the heroes that I mentioned that could deal with Kel'Thuzad maybe a little bit easier for the red team. But hey, maybe Porky? Always assuming Uther is the main. Rexa and Falstad. Okay, so we're set for Brax's Holdout. Rexa's gonna run the top lane. They still need a side laner actually, now that I look at it. Yeah, they still need that side laner that is going to allow them to get the top lane control against Rexa and Misha. So that's something that they've been still missing here. Well, it's a best of 5 series. Brax's Holdout is our first map, ladies and gentlemen. The Krankle crew is going up against the dudes. We have a Vala composition in the 4-man. It's a real powerful 4-man. The final pick, though, for the top lane, I would assume, is Gul'dan. So, stage is set. Let's go, everybody. Brax's Holdout, map number 1. Grand final of Murky Cup qualifier number 4. And we are on our first map. We're heading into Brax's Holdout with Gavlo on Kel'Thuzad, Ixia on Rexa, Gia playing for the blue team today on Falstad. We got Bloodcool on Johanna, and we get Banana Age on Lucio. Interesting lineup also for the opponent with a double heal currently. No bounty attempt for them, but we see Vala played by Malkarks. Porky on Gul'dan going straight into a Fellflame build. Krankle on Oriel, Maiev played by Cure, and Deviant is playing Uther for the team. So it seems like, indeed, Gul'dan is the solo laner for them. At least he currently finds himself all alone. Well, actually, no, they're going for a 2-3 split. As evident right now. Maiev is the one that will probably rotate a bit between the lanes. So they don't go for a traditional split with the lineup that they're running. Which kind of makes sense, the idea that they have for this, but if it can be successful or not, that's a different question. The team in blue has been incredibly successful with all of the bounty attempts that they were trying to play. And I just want to see if they can do it again, or if this time they found their master. Vala going up against Rexa is obviously also very, very sweet. Can use Misha as a bit of a pin cushion and just get stacks there. Rexa itself too, but that's definitely something that they're going to try and do whenever they have a chance here. Try and just pad her stats against Rexa. Quick attack against Krankle, and that is a kill. Nice. Good rotation. Kill against Oriel. So she's gone. Vala is still fine. Still gets a couple of hits. He needs to be careful that she doesn't get destroyed here. It's a very good rotation towards the top from the blue team that netted them not only a kill but also some structural damage. At the bottom there's a camp taken. Kel'Thuzad is now trying the same thing. Game number 1 usually sets the tone of the series a bit, and both of them want to take the lead here for obvious reasons. We have the beacon now up, and let's see which team is gonna pull ahead on that. I mean, right now, we have a lot of... Ooh, Gavlo is really low, but Oriel is dead again at the top. That's starting to become a bit of a thing. That's the second time already. We're only 1 minute and 50 seconds into the game, but Oriel has already died twice at the top lane, leaving Vala all alone to her devices, which is not really a good thing. Vala being all alone there is definitely not something that she is going to enjoy. So, has to move away. Falstad is already flying in, and Vala... What happened there? Did Vala just think she's on the left? Why would you go there? I think she was... I think she thought there's a rotation that wasn't there that was attempting to cut her off. So Vala is now gone too. That's 3 kills to 0 for the dudes. The blue team is in the driver's seat. Half a level ahead. Really neat play. Control of the top lane. Still fighting to get extra control at the bottom of the map so that they can get more of the objective. They are 32% already, which is of course quite nice. Gonna lock in a little bit more as we speak. Might lose the top, but still, that is not too bad. And they get another! Damn, they're getting 2 maybe! Gul'dan gets barely saved by Uther's ghost, but that's another kill for the dudes, and they have 4 kills to 0. They extend that lead. 44% on the objective. Top side, Rexa, he's still fighting against Vala and Oriel. But the entire situation is starting to become more and more problematic. At least from the perspective of the red team. The Krankle crew, they are struggling on this. And now we have another quick objective taken. So, yep, they're trying to go for the double control again. 54% now that the beacon progress is working in their favor. Rexa at least gets killed. So finally we have a kill on the board for the Krankle crew. Maybe that's what they needed, just kick things off a little bit. But it's 68% already, and again, you don't lose it. It's not a winner takes all. So every single percentage point that you're grabbing for yourself and your team is important, and that's exactly what we're seeing from them. So they are able to do a lot of work here. They're getting 68% already, no matter what else happens. If they can propel this further and deny any progress to their opponent, then hey, so be it. But Jojo at the bottom is a bit low. Ixia is now helping out. We got Gavlo in position again. He has 10 stacks, by the way, on the baseline. So he's really starting to complete this one. And they might get a kill too. Misha a bit low. Porky! Yeah! 30 hit points. Banana wants him. Banana gets him. Alright. But Gavlo is probably gonna fall now. Yeah, it's too much CC. They attacked him from both sides. So both of the mages fall. But while all of that happens, the top lane, that's a very different situation. Because here Vala is just wreaking havoc. Falstad flies in and, well, that shuts Vala down. And is going to take down Krankle as well. I mean, that's just a matter of time. So, yeah. Gets a whip out real quickly. But that's not enough either. So that's 2 more kills for the blue team. And Vala dying for the second time means that now 10% of the attack speed bonus that she initially gets are gone. So, yep. That's a problem. As down at the bottom. Yeah, fight continues here as well, of course. 68% to 18 now. Slowly starting to get there a little bit. But Blood Cool, careful. They're starting to again try and fight for control here. At the top, Rexa holds it, but now that Oriel moves in, he's going to face off in a 2v1. And down here, the blue team grabs it again. Just for a moment, they lose the double control again because of the top side. But it doesn't really change the fact. I mean, at the end of the day, the problem is still the same. They're progressing further and further. They're getting a bit of elite experience. They're getting to level 10 slowly. So this is still a big issue. And now Oriel dies again. They're getting farmed. 8 kills to 2. They're getting partially farmed here. This is an issue. Cure is now trying to help out and jumps back out there. Down at the bottom of the map, they're going for Uther. And just Gia alone, flying from lane to lane with Falstad, is causing havoc here. He's a huge problem for the red team. The global plays that we're seeing from Gia are a big, big deal now for the team in red. Way more than I expected them to. So now the next attack is already happening. They're going for a camp. They're trying to steal it. Might even be able to pull that off. Level 10 abilities are ready after all. But Falstad gets punished first before anything else happens. So now Falstad is gone. And, yeah, well, the objective is coming in. The bird is gone. So that means that they have a bit of an easier time defending. Still a bit of a problem. But, well, time will tell how much damage you can do here. At the top they can still defend, so there's not going to be too much that happens there. Down here at the bottom of the map though, everybody has started to chip in and ensure that the Zerg wave does not drop the fort. Once that those are gone, you're losing a lot of momentum on the map. Teams have now both locked in their level 10 abilities. So, yeah, still some wiggle room. One last Guardian is still alone at the top. Rexa's dealing with it, Maiev is there as well. And now what we're getting at the bottom of the map is the next 4-man push. I mean, they still have that camp that they took a moment ago, so that's going to help a little bit. I feel like after level 10 and the sustain that they gain with it, finally we're getting a bit of momentum here from the Krankle crew, but maybe I spoke too soon, because now we have another ult used by Khaldor. They try to go for Vala. Aegis saves her, and Gust gets used right away. I love that play. The second that Aegis comes out, they're just gusting in order to isolate Vala from the rest of the team. And it leads to a kill essentially immediately. And now they're going for Cure. Maiev also in trouble. Gets a heal. Might survive. But they are clearly in trouble here. And in danger. And just look at this play. This is actually what kicked it off. So right there, there's Aegis. Bam. Gust gets used. Everybody's gone. Vala, no chance. Dies immediately. Has 100 stacks, so 2 quest rewards. But, yeah, that's still looking good there. And the party just continues. Push, 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 push. Try to go for the structures. Aggression from the team. Whip into the wall, though, and that's the end. Lucio and Jojo both die. So the Krankle crew, they are still making some nice plays. And now they're catching the... Yeah, they're catching the mage with the disc. Gaplo, not gonna make it. Those are the moves. Turning the fight around. Respect. And it feels like every time that they win one of these fights, they just get more out of them. So now, it's going to be a fort. That's something that the blue team was just not able to pull off, despite everything that they've done previously. Now Falstad and Ixia at the top are both pushing for this a bit, but they will have to fall back because the rotation is coming, so the 4 takes a bit more damage, but will still stand at the end of all of this. Still an interesting situation to be in now, if you ask me. We have Falstad making his moves. Yeah, Gia is there. Banana Age, they're all making plays now for the camps on the map. 10 kills to 7, level 13, a little bit sooner though for the red team. Who has now the structure lead, the talent advantage. Well, that's kind of wild. They are catching up in kills too. But the crisper plays from the blue team until now. But it seems like this might change. Sustain is there. Aegis again. Yeah, no gust though. Falstad is at the bottom of the map, so can't use that as a gust opportunity. Horrified. Jojo's still alive. But they are going for that fort, and it seems like they're going to grab it. Trying to push through here. Careful, it's a 5 versus 4 after all. Falstad is taking the beacon at the bottom of the map. Fort is gone. Falstad flies in. Looks for the angle. Finds it. Jojo is already gone. They go for Vala, and Vala is dead again. Vala dies way too often here. She's going to lose all of the auto attack stacks the way this is going. Uther gets healed. Again, the double heal is helping them to keep everybody alive. Quest completed for Rexa. Good news for him, but bad news for the red team. Khaldor has just completed his baseline. So now he has the extra damage. Khaldor now with the spell power advantage right there. That could be big. And he kills Gul'dan. He himself is low, but I was able to kill Gul'dan. Fight is not necessarily over. Wars get unleashed. If they can get the control over the second beacon point at the top, they're also going to work towards the objective again. Talking about the objective, Vala is now moving down to the bottom of the map. Actually going for a camp. I thought she would go for the objective first, but no, it doesn't. Instead, goes straight for the objective right there. Has gone for Tempered by Discipline as a level 13 talent, so it allows her to pull that off. 12 kills to 8. 14 to 14. We got a nice first game in this best of 5. Damage output, Khaldor at 18,000. Bigger impact than that. Gul'dan at 44k. Falstad 29,000. Honestly, Falstad's damage output doesn't really shock me all that much, considering the plays that Gia made so far. The continuous rotations towards the top lane that he executed time and time again to get themselves the kill was big. Vala is at 4 times, by the way, now. 4 times. Bye auto attack speed. Well, that might be the end of her again. This time she got out. Alright. So Vala is actually able to finally survive one of those combos. But you can tell that every time it gets played, it becomes quickly an issue that they have to deal with. But either way, we have now at the top Maiev taking control. They want to go for the double beacon control. Blue team is retaking at the bottom of the map. A couple of percentage points are still ticking in, but that's the minimum that you always get anyways. And 16 is a bit closer for the blue team. Maybe that is going to give them another window of opportunity where they can start to dish out some damage. So, right now, retaking. Falstad is using his global at the top. But every single time they do that, they're just a little bit too late to immediately deny it. Fight breaking out at the bottom of the map. Spell power for Khaldor. Is that going to be enough? They go for Gul'dan. Oh, it's a kill for kill. Uther falls, but so does Jojo. They want to go for Maiev here, and Gavlo gets murdered. So Cure is still alive, makes it out, but Khaldor was killed. That's the problem with Khaldor. He just doesn't have any hit points. There's no hit points on that skeleton. The man is skin and bones. Of course he doesn't survive through any of this. 10 kills to 13 now. And again, 2 forts destroyed on the blue team side, only 1 for the opponent. Level 16 talents now, Thrill of the Hunt. And we got Airy Gust. So the progress is ticking for the red team. Yeah, they got the progress now. Misha, oh, that is just unbearable. Misha dying to that attack here. I mean, boh. Well, bear with me for just a second, because the fight at the top could continue. Rexa still a little bit sad, and I don't blame him. They're gonna get 100%? 216? Yeah. Krankle Krew. After it looked initially like maybe the dudes can lock in another bounty, now things are changing a bit. Ult, whip. Just try to stop them from following up. Divine Shield. Yeah, there's the timing. The sustain is just crazy. They have several panic buttons and they're not afraid to use them here. Vala's at 150 stacks nearly. So getting more and more stacks. Now that, oh, move forward with this. Careful! Krankle! And he dies. Krankle down. Yep. I hope that he's not going to be cranky because of it. Great joke. Or not. And now Falstad with the birdie fly. They want to get the angle on Uther. And they got him. They got Uther and they... Oh my god, the poor guy. Look at this. Mass collapse onto the woodchuck, and that's Uther gone. So at least they got a kill here. 15 kills to 11. Are they going for boss? Yeah, they are. They are. They get the boss at an opportunity, and well, I don't think they're gonna get stopped here. Falstad won't have the gust if they need it for anything, but I don't think that this is gonna become an issue either way. So they're taking the boss. This is actually a banger of a first map. I have absolutely no idea who's going to win this. At this point, either team has a chance to take it. 18 seconds until Uther is back, and it seems like the team is a little bit worried that they don't have enough sustain just now. But they give up their, they give up their camp. They're not fighting for this. So now that means that we have 2 camps or 2 mercenaries at the bottom of the map. First the boss, and then the mercenary camp itself, so the bruiser camp. This could actually hurt a lot. Leading experience is already shifting back to the blue team, but this could hurt a ton. Right now, they are in trouble because this is maybe a keep. The fort is already gone. We are only 16 minutes in, so maybe the boss is not that deadly yet. But since they have a double camp and are sieging up on this, and Falstad is pushing out the top lane, just opening up these walls a bit for later on is already worth. And then on top of that, they're of course able to get some extra damage on the keep itself. And Falstad, Maiev is now moving to the top. He's just attacking there and has been able to take one of the towers down. One might have been a bit better for them to send him down to the bottom of the map and just use Gust there, buy them a little bit of time, maybe disengage. I mean, either way, they've done damage. So that's the good news. But we'll still have to wait and see what else they are going to do now. I mean, yeah. So right now, we still have beacons activating on both sides here. So the next objective is starting to slowly pop up. Nobody has a fort anymore where they can just simply fall back. And there's still a camp at the bottom that will push for the keep. So gotta be careful here. They gotta send somebody down to deal with it. I assume they will soon. I mean, 20 is close. They got a global. All of those things combined, they should be able to get the objective. But just as they get beacon control, we have immediately the red team at the bottom trying to screw with that a bit. So, already there. But they're also falling back because they don't want to go up against an opponent that is able to outgun them because of storm talents. Falstad, by the way, with Epic Mount. I kind of like that. Wind tunnel plays would be pretty sweet, but also you give up a bit on gusting on Aegis then. And with them playing so aggressively around their position, I really like Epic Mount from Falstad. I always like it when a team does that. Oftentimes it's not really the best choice for them, and we see way more wind tunnel. But the way that Gia has been playing this throughout the entire game, I absolutely love this decision. Now, 100% to 0 is definitely a possibility now, considering the way this is going, because the team is not doing anything about it. They can't push in, they need to wait for level 20. Krankle Krew playing this slow, and this will be a big Zerg push through the bot lane. And one that very likely the team is going to support with everything they have. I don't think they're going to go for another split push. Now the level 20 talents for their opponents are pretty big. Vala has now Farflight Quiver. We have Redemption for Uther, so that's huge. He's going to be back to fight after he gets killed. And Aegis is upgraded to the Diamond Resolve here which is, as a panic button, giving them even more value and survivability. Vala is going to definitely love that. I guess Gul'dan as well. But here comes the attack. So this is the one that should at least take a keep down, but they want more than a keep. They want obviously the core if they can. They just need some kills for it. Already attacks are being made. Yeah, top side not defended yet. Most of the ultralists at the front are already gone. But we still got those guardians in the back. Ult against Vala. Dropping them low. Blessed shield is being used. Bloodpool needs to be cautious though. Retreats and Uther's gone. Uther's gone. He still has redemption. He'll be back. Oriel, on the other hand, if she dies, won't be. And she goes down. Oriel is destroyed. Uther's back on the map. And it seems that with Q, wow, he actually survives. Lucio's gone, so they don't have a heal anymore. But the shield on the core has already fallen. They're not risking it, though, are they? 92%. They want to go for Vala, see if they can grab her. Now they get the kill on Cure. Cure is gone. Vala gets slowed. There's the gust. And can they get the kill? Vala somehow survives. That's ridiculous. And she dies. Vala dies, but not before she takes down Jojo. So they're still sitting on the core. They have a catapult now in. So with the catapult, they're actually feeling a bit more confident. And Gavlo is just absolutely rocking the damage in that siege position. Core is down to 74%, but they're realizing that they're all dropping too low and they don't have a healer. They didn't have a healer for a long time. So in that context, you will probably be better off moving back and not just all dying. But if Lucio wouldn't have gotten caught and killed, I think we might have seen the game end there. So they move back. Just call it a day for now. And 19 kills, 213 at this point in time. Gives them the lead in kills, in experience, even though after level 20 obviously it doesn't really matter all that much anymore. You still get a stats advantage when you are level up. In the middle, everybody's just checking on the boss. Well, the red team checked. The blue team still thinks about going for it. Vala is down for another 2 seconds, and not really enough. Camp at the bottom of the map, okay. Next little attack could be played out. But wild first game. 21 minutes in already. Falstad, again, epic mount. So he can really, really leverage that. And will. Any chance given. So they go for boss. Yeah, Gust is going to be used. Nice, good attack from the side here. Can they get the Gust? They're trying. Divine Shield on Uther. There's the Gust. All away. Boss is taken. Boss is already claimed. Vala is down. And this is going to be the end. This is the end of the game right here, right now. They get the boss. They get their kills. Uther is dead too. Falstad is flying in now. But this is definitely all she wrote. Nicely done. The Gust, the attack from the side. Then the boss gets claimed. And they are able to get Vala, Oriel, and Gul'dan. That's a lead for the dudes. And they get the Kel'Thuzad bounty as well. Perfectly executed. GG. Well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. The dudes with another bounty completed. They locked in the Kel'Thuzad bounty. And they won the game against the Krankle crew on map number 1. Now, again, we have a draft restriction. You cannot use a hero more than once within a series. That goes for both teams. So once that a hero gets played, he can't be played anymore in the same series. Which means that all the heroes that you saw in game number 1 are out. That includes Falstad, of course, which was a huge part of why they won this. Really nice plays that we got from Gia there. So, right now, on the second map, Tomb... I mean, it seems that the dudes are very determined to complete bounties, right? And they definitely have the players to do that. So now that they completed another bounty, the question is really what are they gonna do on this map now? I mean, we got a Probius bounty by them already. They have Ixia, they completed the Murky bounty the last time too. So when it comes to bounty farming, they are currently, I think, the top dog for sure. So, we'll see. I mean, again, for now... we're just heading into the first few bans. Krankle crew, they had a couple of moments on the first map where it seemed like, okay, they can win it. It was actually a very, very close game for a long time. Even that little Hail Mary play there at the boss towards the end could have gone a completely different way. Cho'Gall gets banned, so yeah, not only they are a bit worried about what could get played here. As we're going into best of fives, which will specifically be the case in when we're talking about the playoffs, for example, it's also going to be interesting to just note and see what's going to happen around, let's say, best of 5 matches that go to the 4th and the 5th map, right? Because more and more heroes are going to be unavailable, which means bounties will be more appealing for teams that haven't completed some of those yet. Junkrat banned. Same true for Blaze, and our first pick is Diablo. So, Dibble's another good one for 2 on Spider Queen. Yeah, Junkrat for poking them out a bit would also, of course, help quite a lot. But I don't really think we're going to get any bounties for the Krankle Crew just now. Maybe. But it stands to reason that, you know, they're looking at this and saying, like, how about we just win this one now? How about that? So, yeah. Alright, Hanzo and Hogger are both getting banned quite quickly here. Sorry, picked. So, Hanzo gives you the vision, gives you the interrupt potential. Hogger on the side lane, obviously, quite strong too. Nothing in any way, shape or form crazy or out of the ordinary here just yet. But I still have my eyes on the blue team, because if anybody is gonna go for another bounty here, it's going to be them. 100%. There's Leo, and we get Ana. Now, again, to give you a bit of an idea, these are the bounties that we have overall. They could still play Valera. Gazlo hasn't been played. You could go for Lily Chen, which I don't see happening in this case. Then you always have, for example, the option to play Twin Blades variant, which is also nearly impossible, and you have Convection KT. So there are still a few things, but it gets harder. It gets harder and harder as all of this continues, so you have to be very, very careful on what you really lock in, and when you are, you know, overstepping it a bit and you're just like, yeah, getting absolutely wrecked because you wanted a bit too much. Now, Chromie gets banned. You have Ana on, well, Ana could always be played by Banana as well, but I think it's going to be Ixia. And that nano boosted Chrome is something I don't want to go up against. If anybody wanted, they could always go Li Ming here, if you want to have a mage that has just potential on that. They're banning Varian out, so they don't want to deal with Taunt. Yeah. Again, the dudes are impressive. They have an impressive team. The team works incredibly well and has for the last few qualifiers. Now they find themselves in the grand final again, and in the lead too. So here comes Malfurion, and we get Melganis. Alright. Melganis for Krankle. I didn't see that one for map 2. Comes as a bit of a surprise, I gotta say. That leaves Cure as the final pick. Okay, highly unlikely that they're gonna go for a bounty attempt here. The blue team, on the other hand, if anybody does it, it's gonna be them. If they don't go for a bounty here, it would be the first one today that we cast where they participate and don't go for a bounty. And there it is. Kel'Thas is potentially going to be played with Convection. Greymane Kel'Thas. So they could go for Convection Kel'Thas now, and I think they will. So this is a great map for Mana. Any map is a great map for Mana Addict. Mana Addict is the talent for Kel'Thas on level 1. Unless you're playing a quick match. Cure as the final choice, the final pick for the Krankle Crew. Game number 2. Again, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Blue team is ahead. Let's see if they can extend the lead. We get Sergeant Hammer as our final pick for Tomb of the Spider Queen. The dudes against the Krankle Crew. On the left, Gavlo on Diablo. Banana H with Kel'Thas. We're eagerly evading his level 1 choice, but I mean, pretty sure what it's gonna be. We got Blood Cooler on Leoric, and there it is. Nice convection, so they're going for another bounty. Ixia on Ana, and Gia on Greymane. Over on the right side, Malkarx Hanzo for the Krankle Crew. We're having Krankle himself on Melganis, Deviant on Malfurion, Cure on Sergeant Hammer, and Porky is playing Hogger. So, let's go. Again, the important part here is you do not need to complete Convection in order to get the bounty. You just need to win picking the talent. So even if they never complete Convection, they can still get the bounty just by winning the game. Just as a bit of a side note, there was confusion the last time that we did it. But yeah, there's no extra layer where you also have to complete the quest talent. It's just enough if you win the game after you picked it. So, yeah. Still gonna be interesting if they can pull that off or not. You lose a lot of survivability when you do that. Now, damage might be nice, but time will tell. With Sergeant Hammer, they have also someone that is yeah, a bit allergic against gravity lapses. So there's that. Something to watch out for as well as all of that continues. But at least for now, things are going pretty alright, I suppose, in the middle. I don't... Again, initially it's not really that big of a deal, because after level 10 it's a bit of a different story. Before that, not really that big of a deal. Because you would not have mana at the completed anyways. So, yeah, we'll see how management and everything goes for him. Anna can help out with this a bit. So, yeah. Either way, by now, we're just having camps taken. That's happening on both sides. People are collecting some gems, specifically when we're talking about the bot lane and the side laners, therefore. Yeah, Leo was trying to get himself a nice, juicy mercenary camp, but couldn't. But the rest of the team is moving in. Diablo bullies forward a bit, but the camp is already taken. And Diablo gets locked down. This is likely going to be the end of Diablo. He tends to be very aggressive as a tank at the front. Diablo is a very, very aggressive tank lane. We've seen that now a few times where he just went way too deep and then get punished quickly for it. So this isn't a big exception either. Now, Gravity Lapse is picked up, Netherwind in this case, on level 4. And we get it for Leoric, the Paralyzing Rage. And Anna goes... Yeah, no, not Anna, Hanzo goes down, sorry, my bad. Kel'Thas gets killed. Kel'Thas! Ashalanor! Salami! I would love a pizza salami right now. Oh! Seriously. Amazing. Salami, pepperoni, give me all the good stuff. Chorizo. Yeah, spicy meat pizza. Ooh! Yeah, you can tell it's the grand final and Khaldor's getting hungry. That usually happens around the grand final. But yeah. I might have to check if there's like a couple of shops open today. I would love a pizza today. Woo! But yeah. So, bit of a hit over here. Kel'Thas, by the way, with 2 stacks so far. It's one of the problems when you're trying to complete convection. You are probably, I mean, you're best off if early on you get a lot of stacks. Reason being pretty simple, later it's going to be so much harder for you to stay alive when you're getting targeted over and over again and your opponent has level 10 abilities. So early on, when they don't have heroics yet and the damage potential that comes with them, they are much, much better off with this. They're actually doing okay, 1 stack at a time, but at that pace it's going to take a freaking eternity. Now, which is fine, I suppose. Level 7 is now kicking in. Yeah, Banana H, another... I love Gravity Lapse. Seriously, it's one of the things that I love the most about any kind of Kel'Thas combo that we saw in the past, that you could go for the CC. There's not a lot of damage dealers that really have CC. So Kel'Thas with Gravity Lapse was something that was always enjoyable. When you had ETC plus Kel'Thas, maybe Tyrande, these Gravity Lapse combos were just awesome, and then the damage that came behind it. Now, these days you don't see that a whole lot more anymore, but yeah, it can be kind of fun. So, using Sergeant Hammer right now to get some stacks together. Again, sitting at 6. And is really speccing fully, at least for now, into that particular style with now Burn Flesh also as the level 7 talent. Blue team is also getting the first set of Web Weavers. They're turning in first. Top. And Banana Age, yeah. Still working this. Krankle. I was just about to say, if Kel'Thas walks into this, then he deserves to die. But Banana, of course, didn't. So they just sent Diablo. He has no problem there. But I still don't think that they can do too much damage with the lineup that they're running right now with those first Web Weavers. Also very early in the game. And Banana Age is a little bit... I mean, honestly, he's toying with his life right now. Hanzo, that he didn't die there is just a miracle. He just didn't want to go back, I guess, because they had Web Weavers, and he was like, if I can survive and stay a bit in the back, then I'm going to be useful. If not, then it's going to become a problem. Ooh, they're killing Hog at the bottom. That's big. Unless they're losing 2 now. So far, they're still fine. Leo might fall, but that fort is also about to go down. Damn, this is actually way better for them than I thought it would be. Specifically with Khaldor's gone. Gavlo! No way. Really? He survives? You're kidding me. Wow. Gia also getting out. That's insane right now. They are all surviving. Khaldor's comes in. Banana Age is still fine. And they've even pushing this further. I think they should fall back here. There's nothing to win anymore, boys. There's a lot to lose, though. Ixer's on the run, so is Gia. Banana H just came back and is already low again. The gravity labs have no connect. And now they're killing Mal'Ganis. What? How are they pulling that off? They're getting kill after kill with this. 3 kills to 1, nearly level 10 for them now. They got the fort at the bottom of the map. I'm amazed that nobody has died there. I am absolutely amazed. Nobody has fallen. And in addition to that, they got a fort, they got multiple kills, now they got level 10. That's just nasty. Anna has gone into Eye of Horrors, so no nano boost. Nano boosted Pyroblast would have been kind of funny. I actually don't... So he hasn't picked anything yet. Is he going Pyro? Nah. Is he? Mal'Ganis with the Dark Conversion. And they have 37 gems again. Still trying to prevent the red team from turning in. Go for the throat, and the only one that hasn't picked the level 10 talent yet is... There it is, Phoenix. We get Phoenix, alright. More damage, and Cure is gone. Cure is gone. 9 stacks on Convection right now. I am so amazed by how well the dudes are playing. It's kind of nasty. Yeah, it's really, really funny. So, right now, they're pushing through the middle again. They have to die eventually, right? They can't just like play this out being this low in HP over and over again and survive. I'm just waiting for Hanzo to get a perfect shot off at some point and getting the angle and insta-gip Khaldor. And so far it hasn't happened. 12 stacks for Khaldor. Gavlo somehow still alive. Anna is just keeping this entire... There it is. Finally the kill. He had a soul stack, so he'll be back. Banana H! Oh, that's the... No! Khaldor 16 stacks and he is still alive. Dude, you cannot die now. You have 16 stacks already. They lost Greymane. They killed Mal'Ganis. The red team turns in. But, yeah, wild shit now. Markarks nope, doesn't. Mace to the face. Diablo swinging for the fences. Now they're even going for Cure, and they might get another kill here. Just as the Web Weavers come in, there's the swing, and that's a kill. Yep, they're crushing them. They're absolutely crushing them. 7 kills to 3, shutting down the Web Weavers. Honestly, right now it seems that the dudes are going through Krankle Krew like hot butter through cheese. Level 13 is available. All about Khaldor. Now I want to see if he completes the quest or not, but damn. It is amazing to me how they're towing the line over and over again. It somehow works out. Look at this! Look at this shit! Anna with a perfect sleep dart. They're making the play right there. Khaldor follows it up with a gravity lapse, and then they get a kill. And that's 24 gems gone. Perfect coordination. Bam, gone. Pew pew. 17 stacks now for Khaldor. Banana Age should be very, very careful that he does not die. Yeah, that's the Hanzo play that I was talking about earlier. Those Web Weavers have done nothing, by the way. Absolutely nothing. And now there's the turn and attempt for the opponent. They're trying to get another one. Holy hell. So, Blue Web Weavers descending once again. The first one gave them 1 fort. Can they drop another one? Yeah. What's the next attack? Trying to get the gravity lapse out, I assume. Banana. Yeah, gets one against Sergeant Hammer. Good damage. And that's 18 stacks now for Khaldor. 18 stacks. Hanzo YOLOs his arrow out, but Leo is the only one that gets caught by it. So that's not enough damage to a problem there. It's just insane. What a performance. 19 stacks now for Khaldor. He's nearly done. He needs one more. He needs one more and then they're good. But this is, I mean, honestly, that's quite the play there. Krankle, still at the front trying to deal with the Web Weavers. Bot lane, of course, has been dealt with earlier, so they're trying to push them away from the mid and top lane by pressuring towards the keep. But this fort here is likely going to get destroyed. Keltas again. My man needs one more. They're trying on Sergeant Hammer. That's the plan. And the gravity lapse doesn't connect. So they've killed the wall, but they haven't gotten a fort with this. The Web Weaver at the bottom of the map is still doing a little bit of damage, but it has essentially been defeated. So this time it didn't do anything for them. Quest completed. Keltas is done. I actually think it was already done before and I didn't see the notification. So Keltas has actually completed it. More damage from him from here on out. 8 kills to 3, 1.5 levels ahead. Good drain. And they're pushing forward towards the middle again because they still want that fort. So, he's done it. Now again, this isn't the bounty. You still need to win the game. They need to win the game in order to get the bounty. But still, pretty impressive. And Kelthas' damage is going to... Well, Skyrocker is the wrong word. You're not going to do that much more damage. It's 100 additional 1. But, yeah, well, the extra reward then. But it's still going to be decent. So, fort is done. That's the second one that got destroyed. 65 gems against 44. And with the level 16 talents. We're getting now first of all Executioner. We have Mithril Maze. And they're controlling the middle of the map nearly perfectly. I think the turn will eventually happen, but yeah. So Ignite is in. Gets a hit. It's a Flame Strike connected. And a bit of extra damage against Hanzo. Who holds, by the way, 28 gems. So you want to keep him safe. They're making a play for Mal'Ganis. These Gravity Lapse follow-ups. Look at how quickly he dies. I mean, again, that's Mal'Ganis we're talking about. They coordinate perfectly on the tank. Now they get the Entombment Cure. Both of them are gone. The kills are just coming together for them. Time and time again. Another one, a stun, and bye-bye Malfurion. Hanzo gets baited out a little bit. He still gets the gems, by the way, so he's sitting on 52 gems. Hogger is pogging around, but this allows them not only to get the kills, but also go straight for the fort and grab it. So the fort now gone. Greymane is already moving towards the boss. It is impressive. This team is seriously impressive. I love what they're doing here, and they're just crushing it. They're just absolutely crushing it. Some great performance. Time and time again, they are getting out of these fights with barely any hit points. They somehow survive, they get their kills, they make their plays. And now we're seeing them on another boss. Potential turn-in. They could time the two. Porky, yeah, against Leo, and even he is afraid, and he should be. So, yep, the turn-in is about to happen. No, actually, no. It's the red team that gets it. Hanzo has turned in. He had so many gems that he actually went in and got the turn-in. So they take the boss at the top. It's very likely just going to be a trade. Eye of Forest had to be activated to keep Leoric alive. But, well, at least they were able to get their turn-in. So the red team with level 16 talents, they have the turn-in. Sergeant Hammer has now, on top of everything else, Giant Killer has a talent to be used here. So, not too bad. Now, can those Web Weavers do anything? I don't think so. Sergeant Hammer is defending against the boss up at the top. Web Weaver in the middle is already defeated down at the bottom of the map. Yeah, Leo is going to do it alone. So that fort is going to take some damage. But everything else still totally fine here. So, yeah. Next move already about to be made. Maybe with Kelthas. Do they unleash another one of these CC chains with Gravity Lapse? Boss at the top is going to damage to keep at least a little bit, I guess. Yeah. A bit more than a level away from level 20 talents. Gravity Lapse and BAM! I'm telling you, Kelthas! Those Gravity Lapses, if you connect them, if you incorporate them into your CC chain, Bob's your uncle. Now, counter kill against Leoric, but Krankle goes down because Greymane is a beast! Pun intended. Kills Hanzo as well, and is working on Malfurion. Yep, Malfurion is also gonna die here. He's not gonna make it, I think. Yeah, there's the hit, and that's that. Kill against Cure. All the gems that they were still holding is gone. And spoiler alert, it's a 5-man team wipe. And that means the top keep is gone. Yeah, big ping. I think they want to try and end this. Ixia, of course, just absolutely crushing it with Ana throughout all of this. Now they're going instantly again for Hogger, and Porky is instantly dead. I mean, no chance. Absolutely no chance. 17 kills to 4. Level 20. 3 level lead. Greymane crushing it. Ana, just such great plays. The gravity lapses that we've seen from Khaldor. And this is another bounty completed. They get another kill. They end the game. It's a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 grand final of Murky Cup qualifier number 4. GG and well played. Well, it's match point. The dudes, they're not logging in bounty after bounty. They are also just destroying opponents. They just won another bounty, the Conviction Khaldor. And now we're going up against the Krankle crew again on Battlefield of Eternity. So you can really argue what else is left. What are they still willing to risk here? At some point they gotta bust out the real crazy stuff like Meme Blades variant, which is probably one of the toughest one to get. It's actually so funny how averse any top team is to play Meme Blades variant, because it's just so bad, so garbage. And then you go and look at any public games and everybody's like, oh my god, it's the best. So yeah, it's fun, I give them that. You just whack away, but when it comes to actual results, then yeah, Meme Blades is just like the worst. The talent is so horrible, it's ridiculous. So, are they ever gonna go for it? I don't know. I mean, eventually they're gonna run out of bounties here. But I am just amazed by the fact that no matter what they do, they seem to be able to win it. So, maybe now they go a bit too much. Krankle crew, they're just gonna try and get back into the series. They want to start the reverse sweep here. 20 heroes are now unavailable. The 20 heroes that we've seen in the game so far, map 1, map 2, can't be played again. So this is starting to limit the pool a bit. Nothing insane, nothing crazy, but again, you have to think a bit about, okay, what is still available, what are we going to get, what we're going to do, and what's going to be banned. It's Battlefield of Eternity, so Li Ming gets taken very, very quickly. Really nice for Poke, and a lot of the other heroes are either banned or have already been played. Vala has been played, Hanzo has been played, Sylvana's banned, Chromie banned, so Li Ming a really good option immediately. Greymane, for example, not available. If you're really looking at heroes that are just great at the Immortal, you can always go and take Jimmy, for example. So he's an option with Exterminator as your level 1 talent. But we get Mirrodin and Urel, so they're going for the front line instead in their early picks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, get that Stormbolt. Urel, very powerful. Very powerful front, very difficult to kill, always assuming that Mirrodin goes for Avatar. Just saying. And they go Chen Lili. Oh my god. Like, really. Bounty after bounty after bounty. All they want to do here is complete bounties. Maybe that's a bit too much. There's actually multiple teams that have already said, like, yeah, well, Lili bounty might be a bit tricky. Now you can win, I suppose, every now and then with her, but they go double panda. They are pandering to the audience. Yeah. Banger joke, I know. So... Alright. Panda Pals, right there. What's... I mean, kind of curious still what else we're getting. If they're, for example, thinking about adding a second heal. Probably not. But having Lili there is just crazy. Lili in competitive play is a bit shit. Can be very nice for beginners because there's very little that you have to pay attention to. Oh, they even let the ban slide. Okay, guys, now we're getting a little bit cocky over here. I don't care if you didn't pay attention or whatnot, but going for a missed ban is always a little bit of a weird one. Hashtag disrespect. I assume it's an honest mistake and nothing else, but at some point they're gonna get a bit... You're gonna get a bit too cocky there. So, either way. Now. Deckard Kane and... We need damage, boys. Suljin. Suljin. Well, Lili can already get some blinds in, so there's that. So, how they're gonna deal with Suljin here. Hyper carry for the late game for the Krankle crew. Li Ming, Chen, Lili. I mean, Chen is great on the map. You can play him as a main tank, you can play him as a side laner, so there's definitely several ones. But yeah. Imperius and Zarya. Okay. Imperius, Zarya now for the dudes. And the final pick for Kyo. I can't believe that they're going for another bounty. These guys are just bonkers. Somebody said earlier they are treating bounties like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all, and this is essentially what they're trying to do. So, Kyo is the final pick. Map number 3. It's the first match point in the grand final for Murky Cup qualifier number 4. Let's go, everybody. Ophia is the final pick for the red team, and with that, we're set for Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 3, match point number 1. The blue team with another bounty attempt as they lock in Lily and Chen. So, on the left side, we got Gavlo and Imperius, Ixia and Zarya. Gia is playing Li Ming for the team, looking for those resets, and also the poke against the Immortal. Bloodcool with Chen, and Banana Age is playing Lily as the solo support for the team. Whereas over on the right side of the map, we get now on level 1 Recklessness for Suljin. Mark Karks playing the hero for the Krankle crew. Krankle on Ophia, we get Deviant on Deckard Kane. Porky is playing Muradin, and Cure finds himself on the side lane going up against Chen with Urel. So at the bottom of the map, attacks are already coming. I mean, it's all about Suljin, honestly, at this point, to see how well he can stack into the later stages of the game and do his thing there. And well, right now he's getting attacked immediately. Deckard has to keep him alive. But, well, the dudes, they really want to get bounty after bounty and do their thing. Suljin late game, that's of course the problem now. Yes, you have a blind to play around, you have a couple of other stuff as well, a couple of shields and so on and so forth. But Suljin is going to be the big problem. If he can scale into the late game, then he can drop you completely. He can absolutely murder you. So, already stacking. Now we're trying. But Porky! No! Not like that! Porky is gone. Krankle on Orphea. He's trying to use some ability here. Garflow already attempting to cut the path of retreat off. Doesn't even have to. Orphea goes down before. And that is 2 kills to 0. So even in this context, the early game easily goes to the dudes. They get the camp at the bottom of the map. They got their 2 kills. They have a half-level lead. Nearly. Not quite yet. And a bit of a dominant performance for just a moment. Now, this is still very early in the game, so all of these things, while they have a bit of an impact, it's nothing insane. So, yeah. But the hits, they keep coming against the wall. They're trying to open that up. Gavlo could get a decent connect, maybe. Are they going to try? Goes up against Ophea. Misses, but Krankle still is dead. Li Ming with another big hit. Honestly, Gia, they just need to. There's so many good players that are not even like real players for the teams that are coming in as subs, and Gia is a really good example. The man is an absolute legend. I mean, honestly, look at his performance throughout this entire tournament. His fall stat plays that he executed and that he showed. Now what he does with Li Ming, so many different heroes previously even. It's ridiculous. So they're barreling through the bot lane with ease and just melt it away. That's 3 kills to 0. Level 4 has kicked in quite early for them too. So the lead in experience, if they can extend this a bit further, they might be off to a very nice first objective and then maybe even more. But right now, camps are about to be taken. Suljin has gone into the Armani hide. We get, for Zarya by the way, the defensive shielding at this point. And Lily, just in case anybody was wondering, free drinks! Always, that's my kind of girl. Free drinks. Oh yeah, I couldn't use a few of these too. I'm still hungry, by the way. So yeah, if anything, free food. Yep. But the attacks keep coming onto the objective. That's a bit of a moment of truth right now. The red team is immediately starting to defend, so they're more interested in that than anything else. But can they? Zarya does her stuff. Yeah, careful with the shield though. They have Krankle a bit low. Very low, and that's a kill. Ophea is dead again. And so is Suljin. Oh my god, that's 5 kills to 0. Brutal. Savage. Wrecked. Getting absolutely crushed here. Yeah, that's getting a little bit crazy if you ask me. I mean, seriously, they are suffering here, aren't they? Halftime show is over. They're already poking towards the full objective. Suljin comes back, Ophia comes back, but in the meantime, the blue team has a free reign here. And now that Chen comes in, he immediately jumps on Deck Arcane a little bit and is starting to push him back. Can be used as a bit of a target practice tool for Suljin, but is still able to move out. Yeah, and here comes Gavlo. With Imperious, gets the stun. That's the end of Muradin. Nice Immortal stun, though. That was big. That Immortal stun was huge. So, just as they are getting their kills, we finally have also 2 for the red team. I mean, that was really necessary, but it was mainly the Immortal that did the work here, I would say. So, yeah, at this point, Immortal stun. I mean, again, they initiated that, of course. Urel came in, Cure with a great play there. Now the range increase at least for Suljin. But they have a big Immortal at the top. They just don't have the manpower right now to properly do their work. Experience, by the way, they were kind of catching up here. So now the rest of the team is in. And again, Gavlo missing the stun. Suljin firing away, getting more and more stacks from the safety of the other side of the wall. Really gets a couple of heals at the bottom. We have also 2 heroes doing damage. It's not really that much. I mean, they get a bit of damage in on the fort, but it's honestly negligible. They get the wall, and that's basically it. Down at the bottom, I think the situation is a little bit more severe. There we have a 2v1 with Cure going up against Chen and Gia. And there's more heroes that are rotating over now, but it's just defenders. So they're going to start moving back on this. Level 10, still going to hit a bit earlier for the dudes, but they lost some of their lead because of the double kill that happened against them. And the level discrepancy that existed at the time. So that plays a role. They try to go for Zarya. Shield is out immediately. And she's able to get away. Gavlo is not connecting these lunges, by the way. Down at the bottom is still a 2v1. So Chen, they're going against Ophia. Gavlo, Gia. They're going against Krankle. And now Gia is able to get a couple of these combos off. But Chen also gets caught. And I think this time he might actually go down. He's jumping back out again. But there's the kill. They might be a little bit too far out there now. Krankle Krew with kill number 3. You can see from the experience distribution here that in hero experience they are catching up very, very quickly because of all of that. So, yeah, they're doing a pretty neat job. Gia's forced back because he's running out of mana. What initially looked like maybe level 10 around the second objective with a big window of opportunity is now starting to close, and Krankle Krew is closing that gap very quickly. Have now also grabbed the camp, so that helps them. They had in mercenary experience too. Not even to speak about Suljin and the stacks that he's going to get. He went on level 7 straight into Ferocity, so that's another one to point out. He didn't go into his Arcanite access. There's level 10 abilities now. That gives us also a bit more heal from Lily as she's throwing her tantrum. And just rushes around throwing heals at everyone. But Porky, yeah, this time he's the one that falls victim to the Immortal. He poked in Avatar, but he couldn't use it in time. So now it's a 5 versus 4. But Q again, with a very nice connect as he jumps in against 4. And Gia has to actually jump out too, because that was a bit too much for him to handle. So by now, they are poking against the Immortal. They want to try this one out, but Suljin is doing work on the other side. So Suljin is now doing pretty alright here. Go for the Immortal stun again. Maybe not everybody has to be stunned. Here have Zarya's trying to get a bit more energy. That's totally fine, but still. So halftime show victory this time for the Krankle Krew. Who knows? Maybe they can get the Immortal, especially since Imperious. Okay, well, he wants to go for the next wave, I guess. So, yeah, Gavlo is getting that. Waits for the cooldown, maybe. Urel is still moving up, so Cure is also interested in the top lane activities. But in the middle of the map, that's where the real action is going to pop off. Once that teams are making the commitment for the Immortal. So, right now, Ixia, Gia, starting to make their move. Yeah, Gia in particular needs to be careful that that Stormbolt doesn't connect. Bit too much on the squishy side for the B thing. Stormbolt is in. No follow-up. Yeah. I want to say lucky, but still. Here also, bit cautious. No cake play so far. A little bit of initial damage that we're seeing here. Shield is already out. Okay. And everybody's just standing out. But look at the Immortal. The Immortal is dropping quickly for the dudes. That poke is rough. This, by the way, is likely going to take the fort out if they can't defend in time. And that's why they're sending 2 now down. Which, of course, is going to trigger a bit of a power play at the top or in the middle where they're doing making their moves here. Khaldor has also pushed that out a bit. If he can connect the lunge, that would help a lot. Maybe now eats the Storm Bolt. Corki is a bit low. Imperius packs a punch. Imperius can do damage. Quest is completed fully now for Suljin. He's still, of course, going to do his thing and stack this further and further. And as the late game kicks in, he will be a monster and a killing machine. But right now, it's still up in the air who's going to take the next Immortal. It looked for a very long time fantastic for the dudes. Now, a bit more ambiguity on this. Ult comes out, and Ixia might actually die to this. And gets a shield in the last moment. They kill Ophir instead. Chen is about to drop and gets a shield from Zarya before he falls. Again, it's the same stuff that we've seen in game number 1. Game number 2. They're always looking like they're going to die, multiple of them, and then they somehow are just turning it perfectly. Not quite sure why he went into that direction, but yeah, moves him forward. Cure is gone. That's insane. Honestly, it's insane. They looked like they were losing the fight for sure. So many of them were low. Zarya was essentially caught in Ophir's ult, moved out, grabs a shield just towards the end. Then they're turning their attention to Chen. He gets the shield, barely survives. Now they're killing 3, and they're moving towards the top to take another fort out. The one at the bottom is likely going to get destroyed by Imperius. But I mean, what the hell is happening in this? This is just insane. Every time I think they die, they just sit there and they're like, nah. How about we just kill everybody? Suljin has top damage, but honestly, he can buy himself like some bubblegum for that. It's totally useless. This stat doesn't mean anything. They only got 3 kills, 10 kills against 3. Suljin is sitting here like, whoa, look at my hero damage. Dude, nobody cares. What are you doing? You need to get some kills in. What the hell? They're going for Ophir, they drop her again. That's the 5th time that the schoolgirl goes down. And I don't mean that in any kind of weird way, it's just how it came out. So, yeah, schoolgirl skin is in, Ophir gets dropped, and now they go for the keep. And we're 11 minutes into the game, and guess what? That keep is likely gonna fall. So, right now, we have Imperius again looking for the lunge, just trying to zone them out. Keep isn't gone yet. There's the ult. Suljin! Sul gone. No ult, no nothing. Was absolutely stunned out through this. The keep is now destroyed. Lili with the ult gets quickly attacked by Urel. Nice move from Cure, but it doesn't change anything. Ixia is moving back out. Red team just absolutely... I mean, again, they don't even know what to do here. The red team is just sitting there and they're like, what the hell are we going to do on this? Another ult, and they go for Cure, and he barely pops his ult. And is not guaranteed that he's going to make it out of it. I wouldn't chase if I were them. Yes, the opponent is low, but when has that mattered in this series? So far, it hasn't at all. So, they're looking at 12 kills to 3. Khaldor was already threatening to turn it around again. But it's just insane. I mean, seriously. These guys are crazy good. The coordination, again, they're playing with subs today as well. It's not even the full lineup. They're playing with subs. Ultralis isn't here. Gia is doing such an amazing job. Honestly, if Ultralis doesn't show up for the next tournament, they should just kick him out. Like, that's definitely working for them. Look at this. Maybe now? Finally! Thank you! They get a kill. Thank you. They can die. It's possible. Just wait for them. And then they turn the fight again. Gia at the front. They go for a follow-up. Ophir is already gone. They didn't care that Imperius fell. Marl Karks is low with Suljin. And they're just running. But yeah. That's... wow. They have 16 any moment now. 16 is in any second. There it is. That gives us now Mirror Ball, more damage potential. Fort at the bottom of the map, by the way, is now also fallen. So that's 2 forts gone and your keep gone. So another big problem that they have. And the next objective is up. And, well, this could be, I don't want to say checkmate if it's won by the dudes. But it would put Krankle Krew really massively with their back to the wall. They already are, arguably. But imagine the final keep falling this early in the game now. So, as is, damage output of Li Ming, 52,000. She has more damage, or basically the same damage as Suljin. And they're poking. That Immortal, the halftime show, likely going to be taken. Unless they can somehow kill Gia. Kyo comes in. Tries to go for Gavlo, maybe. Gavlo. Actually getting forced back here for a second. Oh, but they turn it on Suljin. And he immediately pops his ult. Insta. This time he didn't hesitate. Insta pops his ult. Talking about ults. Ophia drops hers. Lily, again, with the heals, gets interrupted. That's really one of the big problems here. The plays from Pure against Lily whenever she tries to heal everybody are big. Suljin is in trouble, gets a heal, but has to be very careful now that he has used his Taz Dingo. So, they're all getting ready again, and here comes the play. I mean, again, Lily looking, the cooldown, 20 seconds. So, yeah, pretty big. Something that they can use over and over again. And the halftime show, look at that. They haven't done any damage against the Immortal. If the blue team takes this one, this is a full shield. And they're defending because they're forced into that spot. More shots fired. Q is still standing there. Whiffs the hit. Was all charged up and ready to go. Suljin has done a bit of counter damage, but the shield is, what is this, 70%? Let's call it 70. Shield is at 70%, and now they're moving over again, and they are going to try and take Suljin out, and they do it just in time for the Immortal push. Their main damage dealer is gone, just as the Immortal is pushing. There's even a camp at the bottom of the map. There comes the Keg. Muradin, yes, Avatar again in a moment, but they're trying for Fia. She has no chance, gets absolutely murdered. This is disastrous. They're even going to the top lane right now. They're not even bothering with the bottom of the map and the Immortal push. The dudes are playing such an amazing tournament here. Such a fantastic fourth qualifier. It's honestly crazy. It's ridiculous. I'm starting to run out of words here. They've been running the show. Hot butter through cheese is the only thing that comes to mind here. Melting the entire team away. Again, look at this. 70,000 now for Li Ming. What a performance. What an impressive performance. I cannot wait to see this team in the playoffs. The dudes win qualifier number 4. Insanely impressive, and they dropped the Krankle crew without losing a single map, and now lock in another bounty. Lily and Shen completed as well. These guys are amazing. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.